Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to share with you 4 tips to learn each language. And just by using these 4 tips, I've learned this English language. And if you use these 4 tips, I hope you are also going to learn any kind of a language. Because just by using your 4 tips, I've learned this English language and I've got this fluency. And these 4 tips are really powerful because just by using these 4 tips, you have also learned your mother language. The 4 tips are like listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These 4 tips. So the first one is listening. Let us talk about listening. How did you learn your mother language? You didn't learn your mother language just by reading books because when you were an infant, when you were 2, 3, 4 months or like 2 years old, your mother, your parents, they didn't give you a grammar book to read that grammar book. And then you learned your mother language. No, you learned your mother language just by listening. You first did the input, then you did the output. So your listening is your input. The more you listen, the more you are going to learn that language. So the first one is listening. Listen as much as you can. Like you go to YouTube, just take a video of 2 to 3 hours. You can watch if you it depends on your interest, like on which field do you have the interest. Like if you love scientific videos, you just go and watch those scientific videos in English. If you love movies, you just watch English movies. Just listen in English for 30 minutes every day. If you can't do it for 30 minutes, you can do it for 15 minutes. So but you have to do it regularly. That's what I did because 2 3 years back I didn't know English. I was just zero. I don't know. If I just show you those videos, you will be shocked. And listening is also one of the greatest qualities. It's also a great skill. When you know, when you are a good listener, you are also a good leader because people will always trust on you when you listen to them carefully. It is said that when you listen to someone carefully, patiently, you just not only understand his words, but you also understand his feelings, that in what kind of feelings he is expressing the situation. So this was the first one, and the second one is speaking. Suppose you have listened to movies, you have collected a lot of words, but you don't know how to speak. You have the input, you know what to speak, but you don't know how to speak. So for how to speak, you have to do what? You have to do a lot of practice. And that's what I did. I did the input, but when it came to output, I was just zero. I could not express, I could not pronounce the words correctly. So practice is very essential. How can you do practice? You just take a small book, a book like of class 1, class 2, and read those books loudly. Just take a book of class 1 or class 2 and read it aloud as much as you can. Or you just give compliments to other people like in English. When you go outside, just compliment your friend, your family members, or the people that you are living with. Compliments, give them compliments, talk with them loudly. This will help you to make your tongue flexible in that language. And the third one is reading. Now, why reading is essential? Reading is essential to improve your vocabulary and structures. If you want to improve your vocabulary, then read as much as you can. Because that's what I improve my vocabulary. I went to YouTube, I searched that how to improve vocabulary. They give you a lot of tips, but the one method that I'm going to give you is this: that read as much as you can. By reading, you are like a lot of things are going on. Like you are also gaining knowledge. With knowledge, you are gaining structures. With structures, you are gaining what? Vocabulary. And it's also a great quality. Like it is said that all the great leaders are great readers. So read as much as you can. And the last one is writing. So why writing is essential? Writing is essential because when you speak, you just speak, but when you write, you just write. You don't think. When you speak, you speak with a lot of thoughts, but when you write, you just write, you don't think. Like when you are writing your thoughts, when you write something, it just goes directly to your mind, but when you speak, it does not. So I'm going to give you a small method, like a small step you can say. When you go to bed, you just take a diary and write your daily activities, like what you did since morning when you go to bed. Or if you can't write, you just sleep and imagine. But writing, I would say that writing is much nicer because it helps you to remember the situations and the structures nicely. So when you go to bed, take a notebook with you and write whatever you did. You went to the shop, you bought shoes, you do this, you do that. Just write your daily activities. That would help you to gain the structures, and it would help you also to remember the structures, and it would help you to express an activity or a situation or an event in English. So that's all, guys. Those were the 4 tips. I hope you loved this video. See you in the next video.